Today let's talk about how to be good at being wrong. Are you ever just wrong? It sucks, doesn't it? But if being wrong is something we all have to deal with, then being good at handling it has got to be an important life skill. Let's learn to be good at being wrong and getting back up. What I really mean is that this is the space in the glass that leaves room for opportunity. This is the space for you to add new things into your glass and to deal with the changes that others pour into your glass. So if we take that glass half question and apply it to being wrong, well, if being right is the glass half full and being wrong is the glass half empty, then being wrong means that there's opportunity in that. There's a fair amount of negative connotation that comes along with being wrong.
Look, I can tell you it's about opportunity all day long, but you and I also know it's still a half-empty glass.
So it's impossible that there won't be some negative feelings that come along, if even just a little bit, with being wrong. Part of your being wrong skills need to be how to handle and channel these sometimes appropriate feelings into making that empty space an opportunity. How can you put them into practice to be better at taking the fall and getting the benefits of being wrong so you can get back up again? Practice. Like a lot of the other things I talk about here, there are some habits you can build so that you don't have to think about this quite as much. But to get started, or perhaps when you're feeling the habit start to wane a little bit, there's an exercise you can do to practice building this skill. This one's a little harder to practice as it's happening. Life doesn't always work that way. But you can still practice these skills by reflecting back and looking at recent past experiences of being wrong. Try this for a few days. Each evening, write down one or two incidents from that day where you were wrong. It can be really anything. Sometimes it will be another person involved, sometimes it won't. For each I was wrong statement you come up with, I've got 3 questions for you to ask yourself. 1, how big was the topic and what was my level of emotional investment? Just knowing this can help you gauge what kind of fall you are talking about and how you may or may not need to react. 2, if another person or group is involved, where's your empathy at in terms of the empathy triad? Cognitive empathy, do you understand it from the other person's perspective? Emotional empathy, do you understand how the other person feels in relation to how you are feeling? And empathetic concern, what is your relationship to the other person and how is that affecting your feelings about being wrong? Were you concerned about what that other person would think of you being wrong? Why? And 3, what did you learn? There must be something, even if it's trivial or dumb, write it down and get into the habit of looking at the half-empty part of the glass with some optimism. Maybe there's some opportunity there. This looking back at my day to think about where I was wrong exercise is really not supposed to be something you do with a lot of negativity. It's not that fun to be wrong, and some negative connotations come along with it inherently, but try to push past this and find the positive side of being wrong. Okay, we'll add this to our Practicing Perspective Toolkit, and if you want to follow along and learn more about these tools, be sure to subscribe here, and there's more at the www.glasshalfquestion.com website, and I'll see you in another episode of Practicing Perspective.